Now I choke my spirit. Anyway, guys, you read the title and you saw the thumbnail. No intro, guys. Let's just get straight into this video. The first design we have here is by Raphael. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at this design and we're going to discover the 5 secrets based on this design and the others. So as I said, this design is by Raphael. So as you can see, the first thing that you can notice here is that the way he used the colors is absolutely beautiful. For example, you can see that he only used one color and other shades of that color being orange. And this color harmony that I mentioned in the previous video is called monochromatic color harmony. Now, you can see that he also added black and white to design, so that design will not look flat, which is actually pretty creative. I would have done this, but it would have taken a very long time for me to think of it. So Chima, really great job. The next thing that you'll see that he did really well was the hierarchy. Now, look at it. What is the most important aspect of this design? The power in the word. That block of text, the power in the word. The way he put it, the way he did it, he made sure that it's the first thing you look at, the first thing you see, because it's the most important aspect of design. Making sure that the most important aspect of design is viewed first, that is, you are guiding the viewer's eye. The next thing you notice that he did absolutely well is the layout. I mean, look at this layout. Straight, like middle, straight down. Most of us make the mistake of doing left, right, and center in a simple design, but no. When you decide on an alignment, you need to stick to it. You decide on the layout, you need to stick to it like he did here. Now, what are the mistakes that he made? The only mistake that I see that he made in design is that there is nothing that is symbolizing power. There is nothing in the design that is telling the story of power, because this design is a storytelling design. The power in the word, there is something. The Bible, it symbolizes the word, but it symbolizes the word. That is great. But for me, there is nothing symbolizing power. I don't know how I would have done it, but I know that I would have found a way to symbolize power in the design. So remember, his layout was great, his color usage was great, and his hierarchy was great. But the only mistake that I can find in this design is that he did not symbolize power in the design. So that's pretty much it. So the next design that we have right here is by Godwin, Idesign. And as you can see from the design, this is a masterpiece. I mean, it is a masterpiece. I mean, when I first saw this design, when I saw it on Instagram and on Facebook, all I could think of was, what the fuck? How do you think of this? How do you even do this? Now, I attended one of his trainings, which like helped me with my flyer designs, but I still can't design like the guy because we all are different styles. So what did he do well in this design? For example, the first thing that he did absolutely well was that the background. You see this background? The background is awesome. The background is just so beautiful. The background is mad. So, and the thing about the background is that it is custom made. I've seen the design process. He makes his backgrounds by himself. Every aspect of the design is custom made. The next thing that you can see is that his typography. Oh, let's skip typography for now. His storytelling is absolutely good. For example, if you can see this image, the contrast is also there. The contrast is there. The back, the text there says Praise Sunday. Praise Sunday, and he chose to use an image of a traditional drummer, which is pretty much telling the story that, okay, we're going to praise, because when you think of praise, as Africans, as Nigerians, we're obviously going to be thinking of that. And the next thing, the other great thing he did with this image is the contrast. You can see that the colors in the background are orangey, yellow. I don't know why both of them use orange and yellow. The backgrounds are orangey and yellow, but he didn't want to just use the image of the guy. I'm sure the image of the guy too, you know, what brown skin. And if you use the brown skin, if you use the image with the brown skin, it will not have had a lot of contrast. So I noticed that what it does is that he will make the image black and white. That's what it does. He makes the image black and white, and it works. So the next thing you can see is that the color is actually well done. The color is well done. I just love how he like blended everything together. Like I said, with the contrast. That's just pretty much it. I want to be able to do colors like this guy. You can see a few other of his works on the screen now, and you see that he's an absolute master, an absolute wizard when it comes to color. This fan should stop falling down. Now, for me, the only bad thing I can see with the design is the typography. I said that we should take this later, but it's the typography. The reason is because you can see this 8 a.m. over here, the 8 a.m. on the design. The font used for it is not really readable. It's not really great. It's not that nice, in my opinion. I know you chose it for a reason, but in my opinion, I would have chosen something different. It's not readable. The Praise Sunday works. I mean, the Praise Sunday, absolute masterpiece. But the 8 a.m. not really great. And the way he added these patches on the Praise Sunday, you know, absolutely beautiful. The alignment, again, beautiful. You know, you notice that he used both center alignment and left alignment. Is it left? Yeah, left alignment on the design. Absolutely nice. Okay, so the next design I'm going to be looking at is my own design, and you can see it on the screen right now. But obviously, you can notice that my designs aren't really as great as theirs, but it's simply because they are better than me. They learn faster. They do a lot more research than I do, but I wish to be able to do better than them. So what is actually good in this design? What do I feel is great in this design? For example, now the first thing I feel like is good in this design is the angle of the text. Like what Godwin Idesign did, the angle of the text that I did here, the angle makes it look unique. The angle makes it look different from what you usually see in a TGIF design. If I had left it straight, you know, it would not have been eye-catching, because this the slight tilt makes it look like, how do I say this? Look unique. That's just how I can say it. This slight tilt makes it look absolutely unique. Now, the second thing that I did well in this design is the image choice. The choice of this guy. You know, it's a TGIF design, and you need to feel like you're chilling, you're vibing, because it's Friday, and Friday is everybody's favorite day of the week because it means no more work for at least 3 days. But if you notice, let me show you the first one that I did. The first one that I did used an image of a guy in a suit, which is not good. But then I decided to change it simply because of the story of the design. It's supposed to tell a story that, okay, it's Friday, we're having weekend vibes, and we need to chill. That's why I changed it to this guy. That's why I changed to this guy. So again, you've learned another secret from my design right here. Now, those are the only two good things that I can say about this design, because apparently there are a lot of terrible things about this design. There are a few shitty things about the design, and I'm humble enough to say it. For example, now, this heart. Why is this heart there? This heart should not be there. Now, if this heart was not there, there would be too much space. And yes, white space is good, but when it becomes too much, it's something else. I admit that is a terrible choice, but I was on a deadline. I only had like an hour left to deliver, so I just had to throw it out there. I just had to throw something there. Now, the other thing that is bad in this design is the way this guy is color graded. If you notice that the whole design is blue. I make sure the design is blue and white, just blue. But if you look at this guy, you see purple. Why is there purple? There should not be purple. Don't make that mistake. The way the design is blue, the color should be consistent. His jacket is blue, but there are traces of purple around him. They posted it, they used it, but I had to apologize. The way the purple is glowing, is showing on him, is distracting. It's not meant to be there. And finally, the last thing that I did terribly, that I did not do well, is the background. The background is blue. If I left it as blue, it's fine, it's okay, it's good. But I now went to add all these splashes on the background, which should not have been there. They shouldn't have been there, like, at all. But I just had to fill it up because I felt, I always put something in the background. Let me put something in the background. So I just put it there. But it doesn't add anything to design. If anything, it only makes it look more dumb. Like, dumb. I feel like slapping myself in the face right now, even though I don't condone violence. So, unless it's internet violence. Anyway, so those are what I did right, and those are what I did wrong in the design. Now, obviously, these guys are pros, so I'm obviously going to design. My designs are obviously not going to be as good as theirs yet, but they will be as good as them soon. The point I'm trying to pass across is that with practice and knowing these things that I have just told you, we are going to improve drastically as long as we constantly improve them. Now, if you look at the screen right now, you can see a roll-up banner that I'm designing for a company, and you can see that I applied basically everything that I did that I talked about in this video, except the background one, because I don't feel it needed a background. Now, after I've taught you what you should do in the design, the problem is that you still don't know what you shouldn't do in your designs. So if you're a beginner, I recommend that you watch this video you're seeing on the screen right now, because it highlights a few of the mistakes that many beginner graphic designers make and you should avoid if you intend to grow in the industry. So I'll see you over there, guys.